Hello, thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, my name is Mel, and I would say the vibes for this channel are well and truly not spooky, but I am very easily scared. But I do enjoy a good thriller, I love a good mystery. I was Scooby-Doo obsessed as a child, so that's where my crossover lies. And I've been a viewer of BookTube for a very long time, and I love Summerween. I love watching the Summerween vlogs. This is a readathon put together by Gabby Reads, and I would love to be part of it in my own way, which we are calling Summerween, except it's actually winter because I live in Australia. So here we are. This is a week-long readathon where you're just bringing the spooky vibes into summer, or winter, I guess, for me. It's quite funny actually living in Australia. Halloween's really never been that much of a thing for me growing up. It's definitely starting to get imported a little bit more. But where I live, we don't really have deciduous trees that change color and the leaves fall, so we don't have autumn or fall in the same way that the US really does. But I'm happy to bring some cozy winter Aussie vibes to the Summerween vlogs that are happening from the US. So if you're here, thank you so much. I think the first stop has to be the library, and that will determine how we go in terms of TBR for this video. So let's do it. Hello, I'm back. Great success at the library, as you can see. I have 4 things from the library. I also have 3 more things on hold. I don't know if they will come in time. Also, we're going to be real with ourselves here. I'm not going to get to reading 4 books in a week. I wish I was that person. The person I am right now is not that person. So I apologize. I've borrowed more than I could possibly read in a week, but we have options. We want options. So I got Eric LaRocca's collection of short stories, I think. The Trees Grew Because I Bled There. So I was looking for his other one, Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke, but this is the only one they had. It is definitely spooky vibes, so I think short stories will be good for me to dip my toe a little bit into horror and see if I like it. I've heard Eric LaRocca has great writing, and we're looking at words like poignant and assured, grounded horror, sophisticated and deeply unsettling. Okay, hopefully it's fine. I think this will be good for me to just, try my best. Wish me luck on that one. Then I saw this. It's Murder in Old Bombay by Never Much, I assume. Yes. I'm going to be so real with you. I judged a book by its cover. I saw this cover. It is beautiful. I picked it up. I read the blurb. I was like, sold. Get me in there. But I mean, is this not a gorgeous cover? Hello? I've never heard of this in my life. But that's the beauty of the library, 2 women fell from the busy university's clock tower in broad daylight. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm excited. I love a murder mystery. I love a historical murder mystery. And it won First Crime Novel Award winner at the Mystery Writers of America Minotaur Book Awards. So there we go. If you've heard of this, let me know. If not, hopefully I can give a recommendation or a de-recommendation, de-influence you, if you will. I picked up Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister. I have heard Gillian McAllister's name thrown around a little bit. I know Megan from Meg with Books likes some of her stuff, so I feel like we just needed a good solid run-of-the-mill thriller to throw in there. And then I did not seek this out, but it was on the trolley and I had to grab it, which was Every Time I Go on Vacation, Somebody Dies. Now, this has been compared to Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. No, what's the first one called? Oh, Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. And I loved that book. That was 5 stars for me last year. So I'm really keen. It also calls it The White Lotus meets Only Murders in the Building. Freaking love Only Murders in the Building. So yeah, I have good vibes about this one. So hopefully I can fit it in. I also have Middle Game on hold through Libby, but the audiobook is available right now. So Middle Game enjoyers, let me know, is audio suitable to consume this story? I don't know, let me know. I know middle game lovers love middle game, so I don't want to do it wrong and upset them. So I've also put on hold the T Kingfisher. What Moves the Dead. So if any of those come in this week, we can also add them to the list of options. So thank you to my library. Another reminder to support your local libraries. I'm so sorry to all of you in the US. I know things are insane right now and a lot of libraries are losing support. So my heart goes out to you. It's honestly, a lot of us are scared from this side of the world, so I can't imagine what you guys are feeling right now. I'm so sorry. Oh, I hate this. Okay, all right. We need to choose something to start with. It's going to be between these two, I think. I want something, little mystery vibe. Let's ask someone with no stakes in this endeavor. Hold on. Hello.
Hello, all done?
Okay, out of these two books, which ones should I read?
Murder in Old Bombay, or Every Time I Go on Vacation, Someone Dies. I say go for Murder in Old Bombay.
Excellent. I was hoping you would say that.
Okay.
Why did you choose that one?
Because I feel like us as white English-speaking Australians are familiar with stories in Italy going on holiday, and we haven't really had too much cultural exposure to what it's like.
To 1892 Bombay.
Specifically 1892. The late 90s, we've got that covered.
Yeah, look, yeah. We're pretty across that.
Yeah.
Hello, hi. It is Monday, and I need to be at work this week at 7 to let the tradies in. They're doing some work on the lab, so that means I have a bit more of an afternoon to do some reading. So I am about 60 pages into Murder at Old Bombay, which is enough time for me to tell you the setup. So let me give you the case file. 1892 Bombay, 2 women fall from a clock tower. The courts rule a suicide, but our main character does not think so. So we're following our, detective investigator character, Captain Jim, who was this army soldier who got injured, spent a lot of time in hospital, so read a lot about the case in the newspapers, got obsessed with it, and now has been hired by the family to try and figure out what actually happened. It's early days, but I did have to write down everyone's name to make sure I understood the connections between. So the 2 women who died are both related to this family. Captain Jim is mainly in contact with Addy, who is the husband of one of the ladies who died, Lady Barker, and and also the brother of Pilu, although she is adopted into the family. The writing is quite good, pretty inoffensive. I'm hoping it can give us a bit more scene setting and atmosphere as we go along. This is such a specific time period and place. I'm really hoping to feel that a little bit more as we go along. But yeah, early days, enjoying it enough so far. Hopefully I can get through a decent chunk of it tonight because we do have friends coming over tonight. It is race day. My friends and I are super into the Formula One, so every week we get together and I cook a meal based on the location that the race is at. So this week it's Silverstone in England, so we're having fish and chips. What's funny is now that all the races are in Europe, it always happens at like midnight, 1 a.m. our time. So we all have to try and avoid spoilers on Monday so that we can watch it together Monday night. And let me tell you, it is revealing about some of our social media addictions. I mean, all we have to do is not open Instagram or YouTube or Facebook now, not even Facebook is safe because Oscar Piastri is Australian. I'm going strong so far, haven't got any spoilers, but the group chat's going off. People are like, oh my God, I accidentally opened Instagram. What the hell happened? It sounds like it's going to be a banger, so maybe I'll see if we can film some of our reactions.
And then Max, obviously frustrated, hits the loud pedal,
He's on softs.
Man, they just Ferrari'd that shit like crazy.
No.
No. Oh,
Hamilton.
Piastri's boxing.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that one.
No.
Also. I love you, bud, but no.
Hulk fastest lap, let's go.
Let's go.
Charles Leclerc, friend of gravel.
Stonking.
Absolutely.
Are we at
stonking.
Silverstone, boys? Yeah. Get your brollies out. We're going for a
Yeah,
stonking
it's
lap.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, I'm so happy for him. Hi, it is State of Origin night. I'm in my Maroons hoodie, repping it. I'm realising that unless you are Australian and probably from Queensland or New South Wales, you probably don't know what State of Origin is. There are 4 kinds of football in Australia. Soccer, if you call that football. Sorry, Europeans. There is AFL, Australian Football League. There is Rugby Union. We haven't had a good Rugby Union team for a long time. And then there's Rugby League, which is what this is. So State of Origin is where we get the best team from Queensland, which is the Maroon team, the state where I'm from, and the best team from New South Wales, the Blue team. And it's a 3-game series, the best of 3 wins. Honestly, Australians just like any excuse to watch sport. And this is definitely the biggest rugby league game of the year, apart from the grand final. So I'm trying to get through as much as I can of Murder in Old Bombay before the end. I will finish it tomorrow if I don't finish it today. But I wanted to update you because I am so shocked and really impressed with this book and this author. It's not to say that mystery books can't be well written, but when I pick up a mystery book, I'm sort of doing it more for the entertainment value that I get out of it, not necessarily thinking that it's going to be particularly deep and literary. But this is so much more than just a mystery. This has really taken its time to develop the characters and their relationships. This is talking about, complex social structures and caste systems in India at the time. It's talking about PTSD, even though there really isn't language for it at this particular time. It's talking about social structures. It's talking about family and belonging. I'm really impressed and shocked because I just did not expect the level of depth that I'm getting. And the writing is great. It's excellent. It was a little slow to get started, but it's really in service of developing these characters to the point where I now really understand them and their relationship dynamics. So yeah, let's see where it goes. Let's see where it ends up. But I'm getting really, really great feelings about this. Turns out you can judge a book by its cover. Happy Saturday, friends. What have we done this fun Saturday? Well, bought a new jacket. Only $80. We was the kind of person who will research something to the nth degree before he buys it. And then we just walked into a shop and we were like, yeah, this one. And it was $80, half price. Love that. What else? I bought some lipstick because, I don't wear makeup every day. I rarely wear makeup at all. But when I do, the pink lipstick I wear is my mum's. And she died 9 years ago. And it certainly wasn't new when she died. So I reckon it's probably from the early 2000s or the 90s. So yeah, felt like we could lash out and get a new lipstick. What else? Our friend came over and we tried the new Gundam card game. Nerd shit, love that. And then he got trapped in our underground car parking because our gate remote stopped working. So I met some neighbours I've never met before. All exciting stuff. None of that I hear you say is reading. Yes, this is true, but there's still time. But I did finish Murder in Old Bombay yesterday and I needed to marinate on it a little bit to come to my decision. But I'm giving this 4.5 stars. How good. Now, something to know about this rating is I haven't really read very deeply in the mystery genre, and usually I come to mystery for a fun time. I love a sleuth. I love a Scooby-Doo moment. So take my review with a grain of salt if you're an experienced mystery enjoyer, because you might be like, I know at least 10 things that are better than this. And if you do, please let me know. But I'm giving this 4.5 because I love the depth in it. I love the characters. The mystery itself is not really the strongest part of the novel. It's definitely more about the main character and how he finds his place in this family that he really shouldn't belong in, and how even though they are kind and accepting and they love him, there are still these social and cultural expectations that will outweigh that always. There's also a great romance in here, and you know, the actual mystery expands as the book goes on. So it's not the sort of story where, you know, in the first 100 pages they give you all the information you need and you could guess it. It's more you're finding things out along the way. And I think that's an issue that some people might have with it, is that sometimes things just come a little bit too easy to our protagonist. You know, we can go pages and pages and chapters sometimes without getting major revelations, and then it's like, oh, actually here's the solution to this one thing that we've been talking about all along. So yeah, that might bother some people. It didn't end up bothering me. The characterization can also be a little bit uneven sometimes, in the sense of some characters are really strong and I really feel like I know them, and you see the intricacies in how they interact with other people and how, you know, their past affects who they are. And then there are others which you're kind of told more about their personality than you see. So I guess that's a pitfall you can get into when there are so many characters. And a personal issue I have is holding on to names in my head, and specifically, you know, when they're names that I don't interact with often. So fantasy names, like names from different countries and different times, my brain is just like, no, we're not holding on to those. So some of the looser side characters, I'm like, wait, and they were this person, and that means, yeah, okay, and they were attached in this way. I literally started a running list so that I wouldn't get confused. But I've told you all these negatives and I gave it 4.5. That's how much I enjoyed my time here. That's how much I enjoyed these characters. I love the setting. I love the slightly more literary tone of it. And you know, it's not necessarily like sweeping metaphors, but has crafted it really well, especially, you know, the elements of the social hierarchy stratification of the time. So yeah, 4.5 stars, great start. So let's consult the prompts and the bingo board and see how we're doing. Okay, so editing me. Do the thing, put it in. All right, read a book in the dark. No, but we can do that tonight. Watch a scary movie. Respectfully, we will not be doing that. I'm already scared that I'm gonna get nightmares from this horror book, so we will not be doing that. Read a book with 6 words in the title. Murder in Old Bombay. No. Wrong place, wrong time. No. The trees grew because the trees grew because I bled there. 7? Does it have to be exactly 6? Every time I go on vacation, someone dies. That's 8. Ugh. My gosh, what was the hold that came in? It was... What moves the dead? That's 4. Okay, we will come back to this. We're not doing well, guys. Read a book that takes place in the desert. Are we counting? He crosses some dusty plains, so, you know, we're gonna take some liberties and call that a win. We're gonna call that a win. Read a thriller or horror book. We will do that. We will do that before the end of Summerween. Bake a fall-inspired treat. We can do that. We can bake something. Listen to a Halloween playlist. We can do that too. Also, was it intentional that the AirPods looks like croissants? Or is that just me? Read a book outside. Done. Read on the balcony. And read a book with a night sky on the cover. No. Okay, so our best bet for a bingo is to either bake an autumn treat or read a book with a night sky on the cover. And I really don't think that that's going to happen. So we will be baking. Nice. Okay, we'll be baking. To hit as many prompts as I can, I'm going to read The Trees Grew Because I Bled There in the dark while listening to a Halloween playlist. This is going to be one of my first ever horror, so wish me luck. Turns out you need light to see because it really hurts your eyes if you're reading in the dark. Well, this has been a bit of a Summerween fail because it is a week later, but I have a good excuse. We bought a house! I'm so freaking happy. I'm just so excited. We've been looking for a long time. It wasn't exactly urgent, but things are just getting more and more expensive. So we'd almost like resigned ourselves to the fact that like, yeah, we can raise kids in a 2-bedroom apartment. That like we can make that work. But the fact that we found something that's just like so perfect, like my auntie's coming in with us because she's going to live there in the granny flat downstairs. I mean, it's the only way we were able to afford it. The fact that we have something now, like when we have kids, we're going to be fine. It's just, I'm so excited. But it is the most insane amount of documentation they need from you to get a loan from the bank. So this last week has literally just been the bank being like, yes, and the name of your first tortoise? Yes, and everything you own? Yes, we will be having that as well. But, so happy. Anyway, so, sorry for the late vlog, but I hope you can forgive me. I'm just so excited. I did finish The Trees Grew Because I Bled There, and oh my gosh, Eric LaRocca's writing is incredible, exquisite, stunning, juicy, gross, really gross. This is definitely the sort of collection you want to sit down with your friends and really dissect. It's super impressive, the amount of layers that he manages to get in such a short page count for all of them. Some I liked more than others. My favorite one was, what's it called? You're Not Supposed to Be Here, about this couple, and one of them, she gets cancer, and it's following the partner's perspective actually as the person with cancer just goes down this, I guess, rabbit hole of sort of meditation. There's lots of themes throughout all these stories about relationships and love and its destructive forms. There's another really good one about what would you give for love. Usually we use that term metaphorically, but in this case it's like chop your finger off, gouge your eye out kind of vibe. I can't deny there was a lot of this going on when I was reading. I can at least understand and acknowledge why the horror elements were in there. I think for the most part, it definitely added to the themes and the story and the messages that he's trying to portray. Does it mean I enjoyed reading it? No, but like his writing is so beautiful that I did. I don't know, it's weird. I don't like body horror. It's a bit, I don't think it's for me. But again, in one or two of these stories, I just couldn't deny the impact that it had. So yeah, a tricky one for me. I know not all horror is body horror, so potentially there's still something in the genre for me. If you are a horror aficionado, please let me know. I would like to, in actual Halloween time, do a vlog maybe where I pick up some horror based on your recommendations. But for this, I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars because I just can't deny how brilliantly it was put together. Of course, with short stories, there's always stories that you're going to prefer over others, but I thought these were all really strong, and that even the weakest of the stories was certainly nothing to scoff at. So yeah, I think I'm comfortable with 4. Some of these I'll definitely be thinking about into the future, so I mean, there's not much more I can ask for. So I apologize, I didn't even get a bingo because I didn't end up baking anything. I'll put here somewhere what I ended up ticking off for the bingo card. But I really want to be part of more community events, and thank you so much to Gabby Reads for putting on Summerween. The community is the best part of BookTube, and that's why I want to be here. So thank you so much to Gabby, and thank you so much to you if you found this video somehow. I really appreciated you watching it and getting this far. So if you'd like to like and subscribe, a video I've been working on for a couple of months is reading every winner of the Sci-Fi Goodreads Choice Awards. Will that video ever come out? Who knows? I feel like I've been reading books for it forever. But if you're interested in something like that, please hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of my channel. And other than that, I will see you next time.